Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in today. Did you know agriculture is a leading industry in the Palm Beaches? It's true. Palm Beach County, Florida leads the nation in the production of sugarcane, sweet corn, and sweet bell peppers. Hi there, I'm Theo Dorsey, your host for the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. On today's episode, we'll get a taste of this cultivating industry while exploring farm-to-table experiences, local markets, and more. Our first stop is at Wedgeworth Farms.
We are here in the heart of Belle Glade, in the middle of Wedgeworth Farms, and I'm here with Keith Wedgeworth. You're the owner.
I'm a fourth generation farmer. Our family owns it. I'm part of the family. Yes.
I have a confession to make. This is the first time I've ever been on a farm, and I'm thoroughly amazed and impressed right now.
Well, welcome to the farm.
Thank you.
My grandfather started the Sugarcane Growers Cooperative back in the late 50s, early 60s. At that time, we started growing cane and continuing to grow our cane operation here and phased out all the other vegetables back in the mid-70s.
You've got a lot of land here.
The EAA makes up about over 400,000 acres.
Not bad.
And we grow everything from sugarcane to rice to corn, lettuce, radishes.
Obviously, today, a little more technology available to you.
With all the GPS and technology from iPads in our trucks to know exactly what this field did last year and what we hope to do in the future.
Oh, that's nice too. And then the drivers can check their Facebook pages and stuff. It keeps the day moving forward.
It breaks up your day a little bit.
That's right, yeah, that's nice. Now, I obviously have a crack team of researchers all across the country.
Yes.
So I've come with some figures that I want to throw at you. From what is grown in the Glades alone, the sweet corn can feed 16.5 million people across the country.
For a whole year. And on top of that, all sweet corn that you find in the grocery store east of the Mississippi or east of the Rockies come from here in Belle Glade.
But not just that, Keith. Oh no, rice. You can feed 25 million people for a whole year?
In rice, that is correct.
Already you're responsible for like every side dish in the country. When you go to that part of the menu, it should just say Keith Wedgeworth instead of sides, right? You are responsible for the majority of the country when it comes to vegetables. Me
and all the other farmers here in the Glades, we take great pride knowing that we're feeding America.
So now that we know where our food is coming from, where does it go next? Let's check back in with Frank Licari, host of On the Town in the Palm Beaches, for a unique farm-to-table experience.
While I'm getting ready for the festivities, let me let you in on a little backstory on how the Palm Beaches plays a surprising role in bringing vegetables to plates across America. It started back in the early 1900s, when the area's agricultural pioneers packed Flagler's northbound trains with strawberries, pineapples, and bell peppers. While the crops may have changed, farmers here are still feeding the nation. About 2 decades ago, Darren and Jody Swank started their farm, Swank Specialty Produce, and quickly became a go-to source for the region's top chefs, providing over 350 types of vegetables and edible flowers. But more than that, they've helped build a growing culture with their annual series of farm-to-table al fresco dining experiences. And I promise I'm not the only one dressed in my 70s best. Let's boogie, oogie, oogie our way into the party. I am hungry. Jody, I would not ever get dressed up like this for just anyone, and I would never put these pants on ever again, but I did it for you today because this place is awesome.
Thank you.
Explain to me how this came about.
We are a hydroponic and sustainable farm growing some of the highest quality food for some of the greatest chefs. We started the farm to table movement 9 years ago with just one lunch, and today we have 18 events. We have 8 of them that are Sunday nights, and they're family style themed events. So tonight we're throwing back the 70s,
right,
an era which I grew up in, and
sure,
my disco is my favorite music.
Can you dance to 70s music?
Have you seen these hips?
No.
What do you mean? Look at this. Look at what's happening here. Tell me a little bit about how you style these and sort of the feel.
Well, what we do is when we do our Sunday Swank table dinners, we bring the guests in to the farm and they're welcomed by a cocktail and a bite.
Ladies, Gentlemen, how are we?
And then we move them down to a second station where each chef does a beautiful appetizer representing their restaurant with some bubbles or some sparkling
So you
wine.
tease them a little bit with what they're about to have.
Yeah,
That's very good,
exactly.
very good, yeah. It's hard to eat with all the hair. It gets in your mouth.
And then Darren Swank gives them a hydroponic Q&A tour.
Tours them around, tells them how it works.
Yep.
Is it possible to have hydroponic cheese?
And then around 5:30, we seat them under our pole barn on long communal tables. It's all family style, 6 guests to a table. 75% of the ingredients come from this farm.
You have to keep coming back again and again, and you have to come to the 70s party because
Right.
who doesn't want to go to a disco on a farm?
Who wouldn't want to see this?
Exactly.
Right.
We're looking
Right.
we're looking for gentlemen in women's wear.
That's right, in women's clothing. You're making
Yes.
people happy, right?
Thank you. Yes, that's what
fantastic.
our mission is.
A 70s themed party while chowing down on delicious food? I can dig it. Now, here's the skinny on where else you can find those fresh fruits and vegetables. The West Palm Beach Green Market, taking place every Saturday from now through April 20th. Bert Wolf, host of Travels and Traditions, shows us around.
The West Palm Beach Green Market was the idea of Mayor Nancy Graham, who opened it in November of 1995. The vendors are chosen as part of a competitive process, and the market is considered to be one of the best in the nation.
We have everything from meats, cheeses, lots of baked goods, fish, coffee. It's anything that you would want. And then we have gourmet foods that you can take home and prepare yourself. So there's just a little bit of everything. We got that breeze coming off the Intercoastal Waterway. You can grab your goodies and you can bring your dog. It's almost a little mini dog show. You put them on the leash, make sure they're on the leash. I know people that come here every Saturday with their neighbors, or they meet people they haven't seen that live sometimes in another county.
One loaf of country bread.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bread by Johnny is owned by Johnny Van Cora, who's been baking and selling bread door to door since he was 15 years old.
Thank you so much. I hope you love it.
He's at the market every weekend, and he also has a store in Jupiter.
I've been coming to the market since I was in high school. I think there's an amazing community of vendors, an amazing community of customers, people who are really passionate about food on all ends. Everything we make is with organic, freshly milled flour. Everything is slow fermented and baked fresh every morning. You want to try my favorite bread?
Sure.
So this is our sesame whole wheat. It's really delicious. We use a freshly milled high extraction flour. The thing that's interesting about it is that we toast the sesame seeds. We then soak those seeds in water overnight, use that soaking liquid to hydrate the bread dough, add the seeds into the dough, and then crust it in more seeds. So that really savory umami sesame flavor is prevalent throughout the whole loaf.
Okay, it's time to open the sesame.
Open it up, rip a piece off.
Yeah, it's
Get
easy
in
for
there.
you to say.
Yeah, get in there. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I like the way you have the seeds inside. It's like open sesame. I'm sorry, that's a terrible joke. I apologize. Chef Luc French Baked Goods is run by Chef Luc and his wife, Catherine. Chef Luc spent most of his career as the executive chef in the Parliament of Canada, where he cooked for many dignitaries, including Queen Elizabeth. At the market, they offer fresh-baked croissants, breads, and cookies. Okay. Wow. That's quite a breakfast. So, what's this one?
This one is cinnamon. It's all croissant dough. We have Belgian chocolate here and passion fruit and cheese.
Ah, passion fruit. How could I resist it? Sounds passionate.
I have to say the secret of these croissants, they are made with love. Touch my heart, you know, each time I do this.
He makes them with love. He makes them, honestly, it's his absolute passion.
How many calories are in love?
I don't know, but I can say you have 2 tablespoons of butter on each croissant. I should never say that.
Chickmunk Coffee is owned by Nandini and her husband David Bell.
So he'll make you a flat white with whole milk. You're okay with whole milk?
Her family has been growing coffee in India for over 4 generations. The coffee here at the Green Market has come all the way from family farms in India that use sustainable techniques.
Most of Indian coffee goes to Europe, the Far East, like Korea, and a little bit goes to Australia. And no one in the United States knew that India has been growing coffee for a very long time. So that's why we decided we wanted to brand it and share our story. So Chikmagalur is the region where the coffee comes from, and a monk from Africa back in the 1700s took the beans and planted them in India. So we wanted to, do work around Chikmagalur, but make it easier for the American audience to be able to pronounce it. So we came up with Chikmunk. So Bert, we made you a flat white. That's 2 shots of espresso with a little bit of foam and milk, steam milk.
When you went out on
Oh, just the way my grandmother didn't make it. The La Granita Cookie Company is owned by Carolyn McGinley, who has been baking cookies for her friends and for sale since she was a young child. Each weekend, she brings her freshly baked cookies to the Green Market.
I moved to South America actually when I was 23 to teach English in Uruguay. My second year there, I ended up starting to sell my cookies on the side, but I decided to launch a business full-time with the name La Gringuita, or like Gringuita, because
What does that mean?
It means little American girl in Spanish. One of my best sellers and most popular is the churro. So it's a snickerdoodle stuffed with dulce de leche that I import from Argentina. So when you bite into it, you get the creamy caramel filling. So you kind of have to break into it so you can get the caramel filling.
What you do is you go over to Chickmunk and get a cup of coffee, and then to La Granguita for some cookies.
That's a wrap on our agricultural adventure through the Palm Beaches. From the farms and the glades to a groovy 70s feast at Swank Farms and the award-winning West Palm Beach Farmers Market, it's a feast of flavors and experiences. Join us next Tuesday for another PBTV watch party, but until then, keep it fresh and make sure you watch full episodes of the shows featured today at thepalmbeaches.tv. I'm Theo Dorsey. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.